Damn roosters never quit. 1 minute. What's up, y'all? I'm Bear with BearIndependent.com. You know this. That's why you're here. Web store, BearIndependent.com store. Patches, stickers, new styles of each coming. T-shirts, bear facts, thumb drives, and a raffle for a very badass bushcraft knife. Go check it out. Emblazoned with the bear logo. It's tremendous, believe me. All the proceeds of that raffle go to Grindstone Ministries so we can continue to assist in the rescuing of victims of human trafficking and sex crimes. Without further ado, bartering in SHTF. We have some good friends who are financial advisors and preppers, and we've been talking, as we often do, and the subject of bartering in SHTF came up. And we were talking about gold and silver, and the idea that yes, you should own some gold and silver as part of your wealth preservation portfolio. And by the way, I don't play I don't know a whole lot about the fiscal things, okay? I operate businesses, I earn revenue, I pay taxes, I do things like that, but I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is investment advice. And by the way, if one more person tells me that I need to watch Lynette Zhang at IMF trading or whatever, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't need to know all the reasons why I gotta buy gold right now, because she and I differ in opinion on several things based upon what I've already seen from her. But getting back to gold, you should own some gold as part of your, I gotta stand right there next to the fire. There we go. Putting that bear now, you're uneven, doesn't matter. Precious metals as part of your wealth preservation strategy, in addition to land, books of business, operating businesses, having investments, whatever those investments might be. Yes, all of that, all of the above, not just one or the other. And when it comes down to gold, what I hear from a lot of people is, well, Bear, I'm going to use that gold to barter with after the balloon goes up. With who? Other preppers? Because here's my issue. The only people I know that are stockpiling gold and silver are other preppers. What are we going to trade for? Just curious. Like, I think there's a mentality that, I mean, even you see this in like the Angry American books, the Going Home series. These little, swap meets and markets open up. And I think it's entirely possible that something like that happens. But it's product that is traded, not necessarily gold or silver. The only people who are interested in your gold and silver are the people who already have a bunch of the things, right? That don't need your beans, bullets, and band-aids. It's other preppers. So if we're talking about stockpiling gold for preparedness reasons, not as part of an overall investment strategy to maintain and potentially grow wealth, but for preparedness, who are you going to? I got a buddy of mine who keeps texting me baby calf pictures. 17 babies in 10 days. That's awesome, bro. I'll get back to you shortly. My phone's on landscape, so I have to turn like this to see them. Who are you going to trade with? The people who already have all the things. So if you already have all the things, are you better off taking that gold and buying more of the things that you think you need with it? So what is it actually doing for you now before you lock it up in physical wealth? To say nothing of the fact that a lot of people, gold and silver is simply not attainable. Now, do we own some? Yeah. we own a lot? No. Am I thinking that when, not if, but when we need to buy, sell, and trade, when the balloon goes up, that I'm going to need a whole bunch of gold Krugerrands or silver eagles in order to accomplish that? No. Because, getting back to bartering in SHTF, we have firewood. There's the thing. We have sheep. There's the thing. We have chickens. There's the thing. We have turkeys. There's the thing. We have goats. There's the thing. We have row crops. There's the thing. We have 8,000 square foot of vegetable garden. There's the thing. We have lumber. There's the thing. We have chainsaws and chainsaw skills. There's the thing. We have medical supplies. There's the thing. We have food. There's the thing. We have medicines and herbal remedies. There's the thing. We have construction expertise. We have security expertise. We have leadership expertise. We have a lot of resources at hand. My issue is the people who are starving to death can't eat gold. They can eat food. The people who need security don't care about silver. They need protection. The people who need shelter, a place to live, aren't interested in how many sleeves of silver eagles you have. They need physical provision. They need to be blessed physically. And so, and I'm not trying to pontificate on one side of the line or the other here. What I am saying is I see an opportunity to invest in gold as an SHTF tool that then locks up that revenue that prevents you from acquiring things that could actually be useful in end times, like land. We have land. We have water. We have 10 different water sources on property. 10. That's this many times this many. 10. You don't think that's valuable? That's incredibly valuable. And this is not me boasting, it's just a fact. And so you could take that revenue that you're gonna stockpile physically, gold and silver with, and apply that to things like raised beds to grow food, or land, or an additional water source, or more long-term food storage, or 5x9 combine pads and isopropyl alcohol and tape and gloves. Lots of things. There's lots of things that you can put that revenue towards besides stockpiling it in gold and silver. And again, I don't play, I'm not a financial expert and I don't play one on the internet. But I see the potential for people to end up down that rabbit hole and to throw a bunch of their revenue at that rather than physical wealth. And by wealth, I mean physical food, beans, bullets, Band-Aids, things of that nature. And training, by the way, and training. Oh boy, the training. So now that I've said that, let's say this. What would be useful things to barter with post-SHTF? Well, you have all your vices, right? Marijuana, alcohol, tobacco, for sure. It's gonna happen. Medicines, over-the-counter medicines, antibiotics, fish mox, fish stoxy, and yes, I know they're trying to outlaw the selling of that or regulate the selling of that. I'm aware. So go get some now. So that stuff, medical supplies, whether it's 2cc syringes with 18 gauge needles on the end of them, or 5x9s, or peroxide. Oh, you can't do that because at least it's better than nothing. Povidone, iodine, whatever, right? Stuff, the medical stuff, and not just trauma medical, but the stuff you need every day to treat a wound with. Very useful. Food, as discussed. Food. Potentially ammo. People don't really like the concept of trading ammo with other people. But there's a lot of people that I love that I'd be willing to trade ammo with. You know, people like to say, you give that guy a bullet, he's going to send it back to you at 2,970 feet per second. Nah. Not the people I'd be willing to trade ammo with. Although, frankly, the vast majority of those people don't need to trade ammo. So, there's that. But potentially ammo. Tools. Tools is something to consider. Hand tools. Basic hand tools. Fuel. Firewood. Propane. Diesel. Kerosene. Gasoline. Fuel is a big one. Feed. Animal feed. Shoes and boots. People will need shoes and boots. Clothing, for that matter. I know people who make it a habit of checking out like the Goodwill store, and not Goodwill, there's another one as well. It's not coming to me, but these types of stores, and like the secondhand store, and going in there and buying up good quality clothes for $2 for a pair of jeans instead of $20 or $120 for a pair of jeans, and just inventorying them. Now we have them, that if somebody comes along and they're a size 36, 32, we got them. Cool. Or whatever, right? Same thing with gloves, hats, jackets, scarves, shemags, all that stuff. You know, and then you get into the issue of, well, Bear, I don't have room for all this. Me neither, frankly. So develop a warehouse or a storehouse. What does it say in Deuteronomy 28? And your storehouses will be blessed. Meaning the implication is we ought to have storehouses. Things to consider. Not just food, but a way to cook it. So, right, fats, spices, cooking utensils, consumable goods, man. Paper goods, I think, at least for a while, will definitely be, you know, valued. Vitamins, minerals, life, the physical goods of life. Books, for sure, books. Call me crazy, but we stockpile Bibles. I think there will be people who need them, and we will have them to give them. We've also given away over 100 copies of the scriptures now through Grindstone, which is awesome, in our Take a Bible, Leave a Bible. It's working out great. Very cool. Life is what you will be bartering with. The physical things of life that one needs. Batteries, radios, flashlights, things of that nature. Water treatment, containers, backpacks, the stuff. That doesn't mean you buy a whole ton of stuff just to have, unless you can, and you have a place to put it. But a little bit of redundancy would be good, that if you are at a swap meet, if that does happen, you have something to trade for something, because bringing it back around full circle, I really don't believe that on any grand scale, physical wealth will be traded, gold and silver will be traded hand to hand. I think people will sit on it and hoard it, because in times of chaos, physical wealth there's some modicum of stability there. That's my interpretation of basic human behaviors of how that's going to go down in SHTF. Again, I don't think there's a problem with owning gold and silver as part of an overall investment strategy. But for bartering, I just don't see it, because nobody else has it. And if nobody else has it, who are you going to trade with? And if you want to buy their boots. And they're starving. They don't need your silver eagle. They need food. And if they do make the trade with you, boots for silver eagle, now they've got a silver eagle, they've got to take that silver eagle and trade it to somebody else who has food, who probably doesn't need a silver eagle. That person probably needs propane. And if they manage to make that trade, now that person's got the silver eagle and they got to track down the guy who's got propane and try and talk them into, please take this shiny disc of metal, I gotta have your propane. I'd rather roll up with a couple of cold roosters and be like, hey, y'all hungry? I like those boots. Cool, let's do this thing. So, kind of my thoughts on that. Just wanted to share that with you. Productive comments are appreciated. As always, thank you, patrons. If you'd like to be one, you can click the baby bear. He's up here somewhere. And that'll take you to Patreon, where we do 24 exclusive pieces of content per month. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing and sharing. Give it the little thumbs up icon. That helps us in the ridiculously absurd YouTube algorithm, which hates our guts because we both read our Bible on camera, talk about pestilence in Asia, and run these things on camera. YouTube doesn't like us. Shalom, y'all.